Hello? Anyone out there?
Hello?
It's hell.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Stay informed. Tune in to Ginger Frequency. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Join the resistance. With your host, Chad.
And be here. Do you copy? Hello? Hello? Stay there. I'm on my way.
Hey. Welcome back.
Welcome to episode 5.
Yeah, welcome back.
I hope you like the new intro.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we just we gotta have a. It's been real rough this week, so we figured we'd have a little guest star pop up right at the beginning. So yeah, say hi, Patch.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. So we got a lot to talk about, but in a very short time because we have to do a very short clip today because we got a lot of other stuff in the works too.
Yeah. Pat just had a news story for us. I guess there was a squirrel that was turning carnivore. And it's like eating little mice and stuff.
Yeah, she's been really worried about that. Yeah. So there's carnivorous squirrels now. So yeah, that's been pretty scary.
I guess they got sick of nuts.
Yeah, they got sick of the tree nuts, and now they're going after Patches. So
It'll be okay, Patches.
It'll be okay.
We won't let the squirrels get you.
Yeah, roll up the sleeves.
Yeah, I guess
get right into it.
Yeah, I guess family members are regretting voting for Trump or something.
I have heard that. It's so wild. Oh my god. The main clip that sticks out in my head was this guy. He voted for Trump, super proud Trump supporter, and now his wife's getting deported. And he literally said he's like, I'm so embarrassed. And he's like, she was getting her papers done. She had a court date. She was about ready to become a U.S. citizen, and now she's getting deported because she wasn't all the way. The process wasn't completed yet. And he voted for Trump, and he made her vote for Trump, and he voted to deport his wife. He voted to deport his wife.
Well, if he probably believed what Trump said about he's okay with immigrants finding legal ways in the country, but he didn't realize that didn't mean people that weren't all races, I guess.
Yeah, well, so I've been hearing a lot of stuff saying that they thought that he was only going to be deporting the criminals and the people who he's deporting everybody out. Like, watch out. Like, you voted for somebody who wants to deport immigrants, not just illegal immigrants. All immigrants, especially if you're brown. He wants to deport anybody who is brown. Like seriously. Well, even though, and not all of them though, because there's even this lady. She was crying on the internet the other day too, and she voted for Trump, super hardcore Trump supporter. She voted for the immigration too, but her husband was from the UK, and his papers weren't completed yet because he didn't want to get the COVID vaccine, and so he didn't get full. He hadn't gotten full of status yet, citizenship yet, because he wasn't getting the vaccine. Well. And then she was, complaining like, oh, they're forcing him to get the vaccine. And it's like, no. It's like you have a choice. Get the vaccine and you can become a citizen or go back home. Yeah. That's your choice. That's not on us. Well, now he's getting deported and she's crying about it on the internet. And it's just like...
I don't really feel bad for that guy. All he had to do is get a little shot and he could have been a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, it's like it's not... It's like you're really afraid. And you know what's messed up? He probably had to get he probably has all the shots except for the COVID. Yeah. Everybody's been vaccinated for everything. Like, even in the medical field. Like, when I went to college, I had to get vaccinated for everything.
Measles, everything.
Yeah, and my dad was in the military. When we were kids, we got vaccinated for all the things. And then all of a sudden, the COVID thing, only because Trump said, like, oh, it's a hoax. And there was, like, this weird conspiracy around it. I guess
there's big measles outbreaks happening because people not vaccinating their children now.
It's like, are you kidding me? Polio?
A disease we wiped out, let's bring it back.
Yeah, it's like all the diseases. It's like, what are you doing? It's like you're worried about the birth rates. You're worried about everybody, having abortions because we're losing too many humans. But yeah, you want to, not vaccinate your children. You want to have a baby and then just let it get all the most fucked up diseases that we've eradicated. Just a shot. We've scientists have been working on this for years and years. 100 years scientists have been working on vaccines, and they're safe. They're safe and they help the people.
Polio is coming back in Gaza and stuff.
Yeah, polio is coming back. The measles, chicken pox. all kinds of other stuff, smallpox even, like all kinds of stuff. Like all these diseases are coming back. And it's really frustrating. I remember back in the day, like in the 90s, my dad would make fun of all these like hippies that were anti-vaxxers. Like he's like, oh, these fucking hippies, like they're anti-vaxxers and like they won't get their vaccinations when they just need to. And now all the Trump cult happened and all this weird stuff happened, and now all of a sudden he's just like, you know, like, oh, fuck the vaccines, you know. And it's just like, do you not remember making fun of the hippies, like saying that they were anti-vax back in the day, but now you're not a hippie, absolutely not a hippie, a proud patriot, fuck Biden American. But now you don't want to do the vaccine thing now. And so now it's the same thing. It's like what?
And now with him cutting all the USAID for foreign countries and stuff, now people that actually want vaccines aren't going to get them because, like, I guess Bill Gates was working with like the AIDS Foundation in Africa, and like they would inject a bunch of like viral drugs into newborn babies, so it would eradicate the AIDS virus, like. So they could grow up without it. Yeah. But now all these children are going to get AIDS because we're not supplying USAID to Africa anymore.
They were saying something like 350,000 children a year now are going to be born with AIDS because the women can't get the medicine that they need
and it's not
to not pass AIDS on to their children. Yep. And so there's just going to be a huge AIDS outbreak again because they cut funding to like all these places, the resources that like help the world. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's not like viruses are bordered by countries. No, it's kind of just come in our country and start spreading AIDS in our country.
It takes one plane trip. Somebody hanging out.
Maybe that's why they're making like the aviation system here suck. All the planes crash, and they don't want other people to fly.
People will swim. People will do whatever. Well, that's probably why they won't. That's probably why they're doing like abortion stuff too. They're like, oh, don't have sex because we're letting AIDS spread again. Yeah, it's like careful out there. You might get AIDS. It's like what are we doing here? Like what are we doing here? Like, and then also like on top of like cutting funding for like AIDS, HIV, like USAID, like that helps so many people. Yeah. On top of that, like Trump wants to take over the Gaza Strip now. Like,
I'm guessing there's like oil or something in it.
There's got to be something.
Or he just wants to take it over so Israel can have it.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave their homes, like even though it's destroyed. Like people want to stay there.
That's their homeland. That'd be like trying to tell us to leave Oregon because it's blown up, and it's like, no, we still love it here.
Yeah. We'll rebuild.
We'll rebuild. You know. So
I guess he's saying like he'll make a deal with Egypt to send them all there, and they don't have a right to come back either. He's saying.
Oh wow! Yeah. So it's like that.
Yeah.
Wow, blocked and blocked, like double blocked. That's ridiculous because there's been a lot of people really offended by what he was saying because they're like heartbroken. Like I heard there's a whole organization like the Free Palestine, like they were like supporting like the word end and all that kind of stuff, and they were just like, we voted for Trump, but we didn't realize that we voted for him because he said he was going to end the war. Well, yeah, he's going to end the war by handing it over. That's what he's going to do. He's going to take over the Gaza Strip. And then, just like do whatever he's gonna do with it. It's like, wake up, people! Wake the fuck up!
That's almost no different than Russia trying to take back Ukraine. You know? Yeah. He's pretty much pulling a Putin right now.
Yeah, he is. He is. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's gonna end the war in Ukraine, like by letting Ukraine loose. That's how he's gonna. He's gonna end the war.
Like he said to Zelensky. Yeah, I guess he told him, we'll help you out again if you give us like mining rights to your minerals and stuff.
Oh my god.
So Trump just wants something in return. Like
it's just it's all money. It's all, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
It's all greed.
You're all gonna be real butthurt once you realize like all this stuff like we've been telling you for years. You're just gonna wake up and be like, oh, I'm mad. He's not gonna lower the price of the eggs. And he's gonna start a bunch of wars, and he's gonna start a bunch more wars, and it's like, we told you so, assholes. We fucking told you so.
I guess there's some old video of J.D. Vance saying, the Biden administration's like making prices go up. Eggs are $4.
Yeah.
And now eggs are, with Trump
even higher.
They're like $7-8.
Yeah, no, like, is anybody saying anything? Yeah. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything. So it's really, it's a bummer. We tried to tell, so many people try to tell people, like that guy that's like, he's all crying over his wife getting deported. You know how many people probably told him, like, hey, you probably shouldn't vote for Trump because your wife might get deported? He just like, in one ear, out the other one. And he's like, nah, Trump's gonna, he's like, my wife's safe because I voted for her, I voted for Trump, so my wife's safe. And it's like,
People are idiots.
People are idiots. It's like, I'm sorry to say that, but like, if you're brown and you immigrated here and you voted for Trump, that's
no, you know what?
Like, I don't want to be insensitive, but like, are you kidding me?
You know why?
Like, are you kidding me?
You know why? Like, legal immigrants that like took all the tests and are legally citizens now, they're probably against the immigrants being here because same reason that people don't want student loans dismissed, because I paid off my student loans, you should have to too, type of thing.
I did it the hard way.
So everybody should have to do the hard way.
Yeah, everybody should have to do the hard way and suffer because I had to suffer. Yeah. And it's like, why
same mentality.
Well, and it's like, if you think about it, like, generationally, like, wouldn't you want your kids to do better and have life easier? Like, that should be the point. It's like, every generation make things better and easier so we can live happier. But instead, like, people are all vindictive and petty and narcissistic, and they're just like, oh, well, I had a hard life, so you should have a hard life too. And that's bullshit. Yeah. That's a bullshit way of thinking. It's ignorant. It's fucking ignorant.
Luckily, the judge blocked the ban on the citizenship for being born here, because think of like children that grew up here, lived here their entire lives, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, sorry, you gotta leave, even though you've lived here your entire life, you're no longer a citizen.
Yeah, and they don't even know how to speak English or another language, and they're just getting deported to a country they've never even been to.
They know English, that's the only language.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know Spanish. They don't know Spanish or any other language, and they only know English, and they're getting deported to another country they've never even been to. That is wrong. Yeah. That's wrong. That is so wrong. And then also, like, you know what's wild too? Okay, so not only are we getting like the deportation camps, like, because there's a backup at the at the border, because there's like all these people that they can't get over fast enough. And then also, like, did you hear about this lady? She was outside protesting outside of a clinic, and apparently this happened like years ago, but it's like blowing up in the news again for some reason.
And it wasn't even here in America. It happened in the UK.
Yeah, the UK. So this lady, she gets arrested for praying outside of a clinic, but that's the only video we have of her doing what she was doing. But the clinic had a restraining order on her, and she violated the restraining order, so that's why she got picked up and arrested.
And the cop even said, like, you've been doing this multiple days, so who knows how long she was there trying to block people from going in, probably harassing people.
She's like harassing people and just like keeping people from getting medical care, saying she's helping. I'm just helping you, while she's like putting somebody's head in the water. You know what I mean?
And because of this one incident, now Trump's using that excuse to allow Christians like ability to get away with anything, pretty much.
Yeah, so he was talking about the presidential prayer brunch. Yeah. Whatever the fuck that means for Trump. Whatever that means for probably like a really shitty meeting in the morning.
I doubt Trump's ever read a Bible in his life.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
He's the most fake Christian
so
there is.
He's not a Christian at all. No, he just
pretends.
Probably
an atheist,
he's probably the Antichrist, to be honest. Like, we're witnessing like the end of the world pretty much right now. But anyway, so he was talking about the prayer brunch, that he wants to start a task force to go after anybody who is like who would go after Christians. So like, he's creating an anti-Christian task force. Yeah. So he's going after people who aren't Christian, who are arresting Christians.
Yeah, people that are prosecuting Christians for being Christian, essentially.
Okay, so he's going after anybody who's not Christian.
So going after people that are going after them, I think.
Okay,
right?
for doing Christian stuff.
So let's say an FBI agent arrests a Christian that like planted a bomb or something.
Yeah.
That was like extremist for some reason. Trump will pretty much say, "Oh no, dismiss them because they're Christian."
Yeah.
Even though like they were gonna bomb something or something.
Isn't this really familiar? of like 1942. When was like Hitler, like there's
World War II. I forget the year.
Yeah. Where they started going after people who weren't Christian. I feel like that's happened in history before.
Yes,
I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's like it's reminding me of something.
Just like everything he does.
Yeah, it's kind of reminding me of a lot of stuff that's a little scary that we all learned in school. Every single one of us learned in school, unless you skipped that day because you were in church or something.
They're planning on like taking part in the Department of Education, so children won't be learning that anymore.
No, oh yeah. So nobody's gonna know. Yeah,
they won't learn about Nazis and Germany and stuff.
Yeah, because if you don't learn about the past, you're just gonna repeat it in the future.
They want to. Yeah. Children won't learn about slavery anymore. So yeah. It's horrible.
It's real. It's real wild. We better pull out our gas mask soon and just start practicing.
Speaking of gas masks, so I guess Ukraine hit this chemical plant in Russia, and there's this huge like gas cloud of chemicals, and Russia was telling its people, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's safe." But like all the people living, I guess it's like it was in the millions of like houses near the thing. I guess all those people will probably get cancer now.
My god! Oh,
but put in and say, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
it's fine.
Just like how was the that gnarly train wreck where they decided to burn. Yeah. Like they didn't ask anybody; they just decided to burn all the chemicals, and they're like telling people like people were like choking and their eyes were like burning, and
when
their pets were dying, and the government was telling them it was fine to go back to their houses, and it stunk like chemicals. Like
even though that happened during Biden's presidency, it was something that Trump did when he was president the first time to ease safety measures on trains. It was an issue with the train that would have been caught if he didn't like get rid of the safety issues.
Yeah, because
this is why all the planes are crashing now too, because he's wiping out the aviation all headquarters and stuff.
He had like a stack. There was a picture of Trump standing next to like a pallet of all of these like a pallet of paperwork, and it was supposed to be like a photo op of like him getting rid of all these regulations, like all of these regulations. And so that train, I know what you're talking about. So that train normally would have two people like checking stuff, but he got rid of the regulations where they had to have two people plus another person double checking everybody's work. So he only had one person on the train, and so that person couldn't couldn't check everything or just like mess up. There was no like safe fall. There was no like backup.
Well, it was also something like the brakes should have been replaced, but
the regulations say
you could go longer on them or something. Yeah. So then they failed or something. Yeah. And then now he's gonna have Musk rewrite the like upgrade our aviation system for all the planes. So, God, who knows what kind of stuff's gonna go down with that?
Yeah. So so he's in control of
the Treasury, the airline system.
The judge blocked him from getting into the Treasury, but we already know he's already got elbows in it. He's like elbow deep already.
Deep in it.
Yeah, he's already deep in it. Even though the judge like signed a paper saying you shouldn't do that, it's like these people are breaking the law just because you say that can't happen because it's illegal, but we won't let that happen because it's illegal. That doesn't mean they're not going to do it. They're criminals. Like, they're going to break the law.
And with the Supreme Court giving president's now immunity to any actions as president, he can do whatever he wants and get away with it. And I guess Musk is having like these 20-year-old like interns digging through this government systems, right? And I guess they got into like the like nuclear information. But Musk was like, no, it's read only. He couldn't like touch it. It was just read only.
Read only.
But like they shouldn't even be reading that stuff. God. It's like how do they have clearance for this stuff?
Like that show The Devs where that guy, he's got the watch and he's just like reading. He's just reading and like recording everything. Like just read only and record.
Speaking of watches, I guess JD Vance had an Apple Watch on, and I guess you can hack into those through Bluetooth or something.
And then
look into it and stuff. Like hackers could get into it by him wearing one of those, like, because they're not very concealable really with information and stuff. And so people were online saying take off that watch, and because a vice president should not be wearing one of those.
Oh my gosh. Well, he was probably doing it on purpose. Like he's just cheating. Or just a dumbass.
Letting stuff leak on purpose. Watch.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, we still haven't decided if Vance is a Russian name or not, so... Yeah.
I guess JFK and Tulsi are one step closer to getting sworn in.
Yeah.
I guess this week they're
Yeah, it's moving to the Senate. Yeah. The good old brainworms.
Yeah, a Russian spy and a brainworm.
Yeah, like a guy who has brainworms and was addicted to heroin for 14 years. Wow. That's really the person. Someone who was addicted to heroin for 14 years is in charge of our health system. Yeah.
And he's an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, he's an anti-vaxxer. Even though in the hearing he kept saying, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. He's written multiple books on it. He keeps saying that, like, vaccines that have cured a lot of diseases and made it to where society can, like, keep growing and live longer. And we can have even more babies because less babies have, like, hardcore diseases. He's saying, like, oh, it causes autism. There's no study. There's nothing. There's no proof. He was just writing. And if now he's saying that he's not an anti-vaxxer now, he was writing those books just to make money and fucking with people's heads just to make money, and that's evil too. You know what they have found a proof of autism though is there's higher rates of it near farmlands where they use pesticides. So hey, how about if we ban anything, we ban pesticides? Yeah, let's ban pesticides. Yeah, that would be great. Let's ban pesticides, dyes our food. Like, I'm all on that train. You know, like let's legalize mushrooms, like that kind of stuff. Like legalize stuff that, you know, like we're all like backwards. Like society, this country's going backwards. It's going backwards. We're just like we're like de-evolving. We're like de-evolving. It's like everybody. It's Idiocracy. The movie. Idiocracy. It's happening. It's becoming real life. Yeah, it really is. It's like wow. It's like we're all like smart and old, and then finally when we're like 50, we're like, oh, we should have had a kid. Everybody else is just like popping out babies. Like, yeah, holy shit. Wow, boy. I know. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Pull out our gas mask. Let's go practice with our gas masks. Go out in the forest. do some tactical training.
Yeah. What's scary is now with bird flu happening. Like, and we're gonna get a health guy that doesn't believe in vaccines. And, he
probably doesn't even believe in the flu. He's probably
didn't Trump cut off all information from going out from the health organization?
So nobody knows.
So nobody will get information on anything.
Yeah. Unless you're following like local news or local farms or anything, you're not going to know how bad the bird flu is. But people have been getting infected at the farms and then going home infecting their cats, and their cats are dying. So cat people out there, cat ladies, like we should really like band together because like bird flu is killing the cats, and that's serious. That's serious. Like we won't have any more cute cat videos.
Taylor Swift, your cats are in danger.
Yeah, everybody's cats are in danger. Like the bird flu is killing the cats. Yeah. So we really like, and that's true. That's really true. It is.
I guess it was some cat food was tainted with it too.
Oh my gosh.
Cats were eating and getting it from that too.
Oh, it was so like the wet cat food. Yeah. Wet cat food. Yeah. Because the dry kibble is like good cooked down. Because I actually asked. I went to the pet store and I'm like, could like my dog get bird flu from like dog food with that chicken in it? And they're like, well, it's cooked, but like, you know, let's hope. But yeah, no, it's really scary. And like,
they were like, saying to
what are we gonna do without any cute cat videos on the internet if they all die from bird flu?
Hey, there'd be more lizards and snakes then. Because the cats eat all those.
I know.
That's why you barely ever see any anymore.
I miss all the lizards. Yeah, I miss the lizards.
We'll become a lizard world again.
Yay.
Lizard people take over the Republican Party, and then snakes and lizards.
There'll be like nice smooth rocks laid out for people to just go sunbathe on. Like, that sounds nice. That sounds nice.
Alright, well, don't let the lizard people bite.
Yeah, good night. Don't let the lizard people bite.
Short episode this week, but next week we'll come back with a full-length one again.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Thank you.